I'm going to be discussing with both of you the benefits of a plant-based diet. In today's America, convenience has consumed us as a culture and as a people. We feast on overly processed fast foods and clog our arteries and poison our diets and our bodies with it, often disregarding the long-term potential dangers that can accompany that. So my family specifically used to be one of the average American. We considered ourselves very much adequate. And when my baby sister was born, everything began to change. She has a rare genetic condition, Prader-Willi syndrome, that impacts the way her body experiences the sensation of fullness. She's constantly going to feel like she's starving for the rest of her life. Hopefully it's not too bad, but most likely she will be mentally and emotionally conflicted at all times about hunger and eating. Along with her food obsession, she has a thinner stomach lining, which is one of the cruel ironies of Prader-Willi syndrome, that many children die of obesity and their stomach lining rupturing in their bodies because they ate too much, because they constantly feel hungry. It's just a bunch of leading factors that can lead to their death. After her birth, we had to change our diets and our lifestyles completely. Everything just did a complete 180. My family, we've experienced with numerous diets. At one point we tried veganism, that did not last long. We tried vegetarianism, and after about 6 months, my mom and dad kind of dropped it, but I kind of stayed on it. And right now, currently, my parents are they're doing a keto diet where everybody goes into ketosis and helps you with weight loss. And my baby sister is doing kind of a mix of like the whole foods diet and the keto diet and vegetarianism, but overall she'd just be an omnivore. And I am a vegetarian. I have been for about a year and a half now, and it has changed my life very much so, and only for the better. While an omnivorous diet is often standard and adequate for most Americans, sometimes it's not, and a plant-based diet could benefit one's health even more. Not only can a cruelty-free diet help one eat better, but it can also lead to a lifestyle that influences other parts of your lives and other health issues. So, studies have shown that vegetarians regularly consume less sweets, added fats, and drinks other than water than omnivores do. And same studies have shown that vegans consume even less of those things. So that means less sodas, less processed candy bars, less processed junk food, just stuff like that. Semi-vegetarians, which I guess is what it sounds like, someone who usually eats vegetarian but occasionally indulges, did not intake as much processed meat as non-vegetarians did, and plant-based diets often include more nuts. Numerous health benefits have been proven to exist along with these diets, such as an increase in nuts in one's diet, reducing the risk of CVD, along with increased longevity of one's life. And a diet that revolves around fruits and vegetables has been shown to potentially reduce certain cancers, and a vegan diet has even been shown to almost reverse the effects of some. During a study conducted by Diabetes Care even studied a community, including a variety of people, and the results showed that those abiding by a plant-based diet, in comparison to their omnivorous counterparts and with type 2 diabetes, were much healthier and 1/2 less likely to suffer from diabetes. A plant-based diet also prevents the death of living, breathing creatures. Many animals are slaughtered and being treated unnecessarily cruel for reasons they don't understand, since they are the inferior species, and they are led to a very confusing, alarming, and unnecessarily horrifying death. Many animals are killed in a humane, swift manner, but regretfully, many are not, which is part of the reason why I'm vegetarian. An Australian study exposed the cruelty aboard a vessel transporting sheep specifically, showing that the animals were held at a high temperature of humidity, and the animals displayed signs of heat stress, but the people maintaining them did not try and intervene in any way. They just allowed it to happen, because it's basically just a meat factory. You just get it in, get it out as fast as you can. It does not matter to the big companies what happens in between most of the time, which is a sad truth. Despite these findings and numerous debuts in popular news, after surveying a variety of citizens it was discovered that the general public's outlook on the situation and the meat industry as a whole was unchanged. That fact did not change their minds at all. By choosing as an individual to omit animal-based sustenance from one's life, you're successfully preventing at least one creature from facing an unnecessary death, oftentimes an unnecessarily cruel one. By making the switch to a more plant-centered diet, you, as an individual, can help reduce unnecessary waste of our precious natural resources, and you can keep the world from being a little more polluted than it is today. The United Kingdom Vegetarian Journal states that, on average, changing from a non-vegetarian to a completely vegetarian diet could reduce greenhouse gases emissions by 22%. Non-vegetarian to a vegan diet was estimated to reduce greenhouse emissions by 26%. If just one person were to switch to a vegetarian diet, just one of the two of you, you don't have to, but if one of the two of you did, it can make such a significant change as to what is listed above. Whether you believe in global warming, greenhouse gases and their dangers are unignorable. By making the switch to a diet that depends less on nutrition from living creatures to one that depends more on plants, we can help heal the planet and our bodies simultaneously. While vegetarian or veganism or a plant-based diet in general may not be ideal for everyone, it is inevitably good for someone. That someone might even be me in this room. A large percentage of those who I present my case in favor of a plant-based diet to feel as if I'm trying to force them into that diet and that they don't want to participate in, and that is absolutely not the case. We are all different individuals and each require different systems of sustenance, so whatever works best for you is no issue to me. It's my personal choice, and I'm just telling you why I've chosen what I've chosen. Making the switch to a cruelty-free diet can be difficult, and many people justify themselves by not giving it a shot, claiming that it doesn't save any animals' lives and that they were going to die anyways. But what they fail to realize is that even one creature's life being prolonged, or the planet being even half of a percentage cleaner in the end, is a complete win. Overall, there are countless reasons to make the switch to a more plant-based lifestyle, but only 3 were presented to you: your health, your community, and your planet. I can't force you into anything you're uncomfortable with, and I don't expect the speech to radicalize everyone, but I hope that you will at least take what I've said into consideration. You don't have to make a major dietary change or radically change your life because of it, but just consider avoiding meat for 1 or 2 meals even within a week, and you can make a pretty significant difference. Do your own research, invest your own time in it, and make the switch to an herbivorous diet, and it might change your life.